All right, all right. I was just trying to get a bit out of Griffler. There we go. It worked. Got my bit. There we go. I do not have a zombie dog. Friday I said I was going to send out the prizes immediately after the stream, and I got caught up with Maxine. And hey, thank you very much, Gravity. And thank you also for contributing to my Movember. I actually started my stream late because I was just in walking. Did 3 miles. I got to do 2 more before the day's out. There's the other 99 bits. Thanks, Griff. Let's see. So somebody informed me that there was somebody freaking out because they hadn't received their Friday prizing yet. I was going to take care of that real quick while I wait for people to collect in the stream. Hey, Lord British Rules, thank you very much, kind sir. Nice to see you on here. How's the weather in New York? Or are you in New York right now? Weather here is fabulous for a change. Let's see, this one goes to Thomas, Seeker of the Truth. Wow, that's a long name. It's like we have that dude, long something or another, long last name. Oops, it didn't let me send it. Remove no trade flag. There we go. Bam. Now we can send it. Alright, so I got some exciting stuff to talk about here. I had some people requesting I show off Lua. I don't know. It's kind of in a semi-broken state right now. I do have it working. I do have the interpreter working. I do have the bootstrap loading working. Reloading working. Writing out to console working. I was working on some callback functions to expose the stats in a cleaner way. Trying to figure out what the best way to do that so you guys don't end up doing a ton of typing. I did have it just adding as globals to Lua, because I know you're all Lua experts by now. Adding it to Lua as globals by the string name. But I think I'm going to do something a little different. Maybe make it an array that also has like a way to access by string name. Well, yeah, Hello World. I could add that now. I've got it checked out locally. Hello World was the first thing I did, believe it or not. You got to stick to our 2 traditions. Let me get these last couple things here sent out. Oh, I'm also about to send out a the first like letter from the chairman type thing, just talking about changes that are coming up. Just because I realized I made a post in the forums, but I never really sent anything out, so I thought it'd be good to send it out to people old and new. Pretty much our entire couple 100,000 people on our email list with the direction forward stuff. Again, let me get this going well. Zombie Dog, why are you no trade? I know why he's no trade. I know you guys hate it. Well, some of you do. I think most people are getting to the point where they understand that it's a necessary evil. Day. Let's see. Mask. Looks like I don't have these Day of the Dead masks. I'm going to have to buy some of those. Give me 1 second. Oh, white butterfly mask. Let's see. 6-pack. Oh, that's nice. Let me get one of those guys. And let me do another one. Let's see, now I can do dead. There we go. Oh. If you guys watched yesterday, you've probably seen me entirely too much and are tired of hearing from me. Because I was on Zol's stream for like 2 hours or something silly. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Gotta turn that thing off. Grats. Let's see. Boratic Bone Lasher. Oh crap, I didn't get my chat. Hold on, let me get my StreamBot chat up. If you guys are asking questions, they're just going into the toilet right now. Sorry. Alright, that's sent out. What do we got next? We got Grim Reaper statues. Sure, I've got some Grim Reaper statues. Nope. Nope. The tabletop ornate outdoor decoration. Ornate Grim Reaper statue. There we go. Alright, got those guys done. Let's see, we gotta get this to that guy. Hold on. Yeah, this is where, like, most people do, like, the little wait screen where they make you wait around, so. This is my wait screen. You get to watch me do work. I know it's really exciting. Ah, and one to Gaylorn Hammer Throw. And then the last one is Gothic Inn. Haunted Gothic Inn. There we go. I thought I had one of those. A bunch of those. Let's see. One to this guy. And I'm almost done. Next to the last one. And then last one to this guy. All right, now I'm done with that stuff. Sure got some important emails waiting for me there. Let's see, good, you guys are adding questions now. Now I need to get the giveaway for my giveaway going. Let's see, what should my giveaway be today? Oh, I keep having people telling me I need to do empty lots as giveaways. So I'm going to do a bunch of these today. I'll do like 3 or 4 of these guys today, the empty land. And then I can avoid resetting everything every time. Empty row lot. Most valuable thing in the game. According to some. Alright. Apparently I'm going to fight the wall. Oh, I would win. Oh, and thank you very much, Legion of Mithrite. I guess we can begin now that Legion of Mithrite is here. And we got Elwin Moody, Hondas, Famines, Tree Walk, HT Genie UK. Congratulations, Snugsy1 and Warrior B Patrick. You guys are just outside the top there. Let's see. I didn't post any notes on what I talked about yesterday. On the stream, and thank you very much, Snugsy1. Let's see. Hold on, let me go find. I took notes, I just didn't post them. Close that. Open that. Some of the stuff was just like specific feature or skill type stuff. But there's some other big things that were in there. If you do an Elvis song, that will make Zol very happy, I bet. Yeah, I don't sing for free, man. Where's John Marcus? Did Zol ever sing one? After I got off the stream, somebody should have given him like 1337 bits. All right. Zol stream notes. Pawn, Ira Pawn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How much is an Elvis song? It's 1337 bits, just like all my songs. Thank you, Pawn or Pawn. That's a name I haven't seen in a while. Ah, there's a moth in front of my camera. We had an outbreak of little moths. Let's see. Some of the stuff I can go over from Zol's stream yesterday. Besides making fun of him for being too much of a chicken to sing Elvis, even though he likes dressing up as Elvis. All right, there's Snugs. All right, give me a minute to find one. Actually, I was humming. Is that Blue Suede Shoes? I think I do a pretty mean Elvis, by the way. So I keep threatening to get on a stream with Taiki and do some singing. I do the good Elvis impersonation. But hold on, let me get over a couple things here with the Zol notes so I can keep people around. I don't want them to have to leave too fast. And also, thank you very much, Snugsy1. I know you really want to hear me sing Elvis. Let's see. So, verbose for combat. This is just one of those things that continues to come up as an issue. I think I showed on a tweet yesterday that, hey Gex, that I've added a new button so you can have a Lua window, so you'll have an output window, just like you can have a guild window or whatever, you can have a Lua window, you can filter stuff for Lua, so you can have your Lua stuff either printing out there, use that for your debugging stuff. Well, there's also going to be another one which will be verbose for combat. That'll be, if you have that window open, it'll generate verbose feedback on what's going on in combat. Right now, it pretty much just like prints like you hit, bear for 37 points of damage, and it'll color code it if it's a critical hit or a glancing blow or something. But the verbose for combat is basically I'm going to go in and try to put logs everywhere I can in the combat math. So when it's doing when it's doing something, it'll basically print out, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm doing. It is not something you're going to want on all the time because it will probably slow the game down immensely. But it will give you a good idea for those who are trying to understand what's going on with the math, the soda math, hashtag soda math. It'll let you understand what's going on with that, and it'll also show you like your random number roll that it generated for you. So hold on one second here. Got some water. So here's White Christmas. Santa Claus. Elvis did a Christmas album. Who knew? Let's see. Alright, I'm just going to do Blue Suede Shoes just because I know that one from... At least know the tune for it. Man, Elvis has a lot of songs. Holy cow. Like 500 songs. Alright. You guys ready? Here you go. Snugs, this is for you, and this is to taunt Zol for not singing. Okay, I'm going to check. I'm at 91 viewers. We'll see if that goes down by the end of my song here. I don't know how the song goes all the way through it. I only know the part. This is one of those funny things I've talked about before, is sometimes there's songs. If you're old like me, if you're 40 plus or 50 plus, then there's songs that but you only know like the first 10 or 15 seconds of, because they showed it on like the Saturday morning TV stuff, like buy the album, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And they'd play snippets from each of the songs. And so you only know like the first part. I think Blue Suede Shoes is one of those. I've probably heard it before, but all the way through, but it's... All right, here we go. Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready now, go cat go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything but stay off of my blue suede shoes. Well, you can knock me down, step on my face, slander my name all over the place. Do anything you want to do. Oh, I don't even know how that goes. But, honey, lay off my shoes. Don't you step... Man, I'm way off here. I don't know how this goes at all. Do anything that you want to do. Oh man, that's horrible. So that's it. Once you get past the first 15 seconds, I've heard a million times in like TV commercials from my childhood. I don't have no idea how that stuff goes. Do anything that you want to do. But honey, lay off of my shoes. Don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything but stay off of my blue suede shoes. Well, you can burn my house, steal my car, drink my liquor from an old fruit jar. Take that, Elvis. There we go. Zol, the gauntlet has been thrown down. All right, let me get back to my actual questions. Thank you, anonymous cheerer. Is that actually their name? Oh yeah, that's actually their name. That's good. Supadurka, thank you very much for the resub as well. Please don't do that again. What? Snug's totally got his money's worth out of that. And thank you, Torque Soda, for the host. All right, more stuff out of Zolstream. And again, you can see that on his, but verbose for crafting math. That's one that needs to happen just because it feels, a lot of people say it feels like it's broken. That it tells you 95%, then it fails 3 times in a row. So I want to expose that stuff to you. That is one that it's a little more work, but I'll try and get in there and understand it. More work just because I don't know how all that math works or even how all that lives. And it's stuff that is, on the combat stuff, we do it on both sides. On crafting, we don't even do it on the client. We just have it on the server. So I'll probably have to send something down. Let's see. Crit chance and attack skill. Yep. Stats exposed in Lua. Yep. Let's see. Raids, stun on earthquake. So one of the things that came out of it was he wants me to try an experiment that I'm going to try here. And I'll get to questions in a few minutes. And at 1:45, 4 minutes from now, I will do the first raffle. And I'm not going to reset these. I'll give away like the first 3 I do. I'll do every 15 minutes. I'll give away an empty lot. Hey, thank you very much, Ab Lincoln, for this Bliss Rostov. Oh, my favorite fan. And Darton Obscuro for the sub. Thank you, and thank you. But every 15 minutes, I will do a giveaway of one of those real lots. And then I'll give away something big at the end. Let's see. Where was I? I had it there. Oh, something that Zol wants me to try that I think is at least worth trying. Again, it's one of these things where it takes something away from some people and gives something to some other people. I'm sure Antrax is in here and may or may not be a thread. We will see. Oh, and somebody just gifted a bunch of tier 1 threads. Thank you, whoever. Oh, anonymous gifter. Very kind of you, anonymous gifter. But we're going to try turning off ransom. It may just be for like a week or something. But we will see. Again, there's some people who believe that the thing keeping more players from trying PvP is ransom. They're afraid to lose stuff. So we're going to try turning it off for a little while, and we'll make a big deal about it. And I will be watching the numbers and metrics carefully to see if it goes up. If it goes up, like in the first week, maybe we'll leave it on another week. My belief is that even though there's a lot of PvPers out there who want the ransom, they also want more people involved in PvP. So it's kind of let's see if this actually is enough more people involved with PvP. Again, I have no illusions that all PvP is its own reward and does not need to have other things incentivizing it, rewarding people for good play. But I think it's an experiment worth trying at least. Let's see. Gonna work on getting that second ring slot in there. Oh, I'm bumping hands and feet gear to probably to 75. I'm gonna talk to B about it, but right now there's just so little you can do with it, and because at 50 if you try to do it and you don't get a master, if you don't get a the plus 50, you just take it and throw it in the trash. Exceptional, pardon me, not master. Let's see. Gem removal, we've talked about that a number of times. That's one of those things I know players want, but it's also one of those things I leave that completely to be, because he's the guy who tries to control scarcity to some amount. Let's see. Exposing more experience stuff. That's one of those things, too, that we get a lot of requests from players of just, why don't we have more experience? Like showing you more about the experience early on. Of course, stats is one of those things. We'll be showing you a lot more stats. And let's see. I'm going to be fixing some damage types for Lich and some other stuff. Lich had entirely too much life resistance, so it was actually pretty resistant to Banish Undead, which, since it is a Banish, or it is an Undead, and that was only for the Lich Mage. The Lich Mage had some pretty exceptional stuff, because we have, the way we set things up is we have like innate packages for him. Where here's the bundle of innates that you get, and if you're an Undead, you get this one, and if you're a Mage, you get this one, and if you're a Lich, you get this one, and then it just gets like 2 or 3 of them. And that's one, the Mage type, and that had a really high life resist. So that I removed that from the Lich. Actually, I gave the Lich a negative amount equal to that. So, anyways, that'll be happening next release. What other stuff? There's the patch that is probably getting close to finishing up now. I had to restart it twice. It says it still has 2 hours left. We'll get that out live tonight. We're way behind on getting some of those things out there. Oh, and thank you very much, Volexen. Oh, and if you guys are not following my Twitter feed, you are missing out. Go follow my Twitter feed. I do try and tweet at least 3 to 10 times a day. And lots of good stuff going on there. That's kind of in response to you guys, because I would do these streams and I would talk about lots of cool stuff. And then people would be like, can we get a summary? Can we get like a bullet point summary? So I'm trying to do the Twitter feed as, there's the Moth, he's back. The Moth is back. But I'm trying to do the Twitter feed as kind of their bullet point. Here's the highlights of what stuff was talked about and what stuff we did and what stuff is happening and other things going on. So that's close as I'm getting to a bullet point. Or I used to do a daily blog, which was immensely time consuming. I just decided that doesn't really work, and I think Twitter is actually a good thing, because it also, over time, can increase the number of people who pay attention to the game and see information on the game. So, and also my Twitter is linked to Discord. That is absolutely correct. Oh, and thank you very much. Oh, Devil Cult. Thank you very much, Botox. Thank you very much, 7 Midnights. To the anonymous gifter. Thank you, whoever's anonymously gifting stuff. Let's see, what other stuff did we talk about? Purify is going to get a little bit of a tweak. It's one of those things that was never intended to remove. For some reason, it removes fire as well as everything else. I'm going to leave that part on there. The part I'm probably going to remove is it was removing everything. So Purify actually did a better job of putting out fire than Douse, which is specifically for putting out fires. So I know people would rage on that if I just completely remove that. I'm going to take a look at it, and at the very least I'll probably set it so it removes 1 or 2 effects, not all effects. Look into why Ice Field and other slows are doubling up again. And let's see, the Lich attack and some other attacks are still ignoring fire resistance. I'm going to make sure those get moved onto the new system. Showed off a bunch of math yesterday on a stream. That probably sums it up. Let's see. Where should I go? I wonder if anybody's in Tartarus. Oh, you guys still don't have the new Tartarus that's PvP flagged. Let me load. What's that thing called? Load level Tartarus PvP. I'll see. This patch, when it goes out, will finally switched the PvP Tartarus to actually be PvP. I know, that's crazy. Nope, not that way, that way. Do. Anybody in here? Anyone home? Oh god. That's the challenge with being a GM and using slew. Is it leaves your light spell and your body behind. I don't see any corpses here. I don't see any skeletons. There would be skeletons if anybody had been here recently. You do. Go back out. I was just trying to find an interesting place before I start answering some of these questions. Find an interesting place to stand where there's actually stuff going on. Let's see. I can drop a few more tidbits about Lua. So some of the stuff I have hooked up that we'll see about getting it live Friday. I was able to do bad stuff this morning, so I may not push it out there. But you can reload the bootstrap file. There's going to be basically one bootstrap Lua file that will set up things that you can use to set up things that it'll be where you can add functions to where the code it will basically load that script, parse it, and then it will hook functions. So there'll be one that'll be a console function that will send the console messages, anything going to the console at all. So like you can basically could pull all the stuff and just filter it based on combat, and you could have that go to the Lua file so that you could then parse that in Lua and do whatever you want to with it. Print stuff back out to your console if you want to. There is also a heartbeat right now. Man, somebody is gifting. Is generous. I don't see Lord British rules out there right now, so I don't know that it's him. Well, thank you, whoever is being generous out there. Is that actually an anonymous gifter? Because it's an space anonymous space gifter. No, don't move stuff to only PvP. I still do not want to take care of that. Well, so here's the thing with what I have for PvP. So this was a map. This map here. Let me go up so you can see it. Whoops. Wait, I went the wrong way. Oh no, I'm back in the other one. So this map that you may know is PvE. There's an almost identical one that just has a different layout that's less mazy and more PvP friendly, and does not have the pyramid or the tower in the middle. But the contents of it are very close to the same. The only difference is this one's in a PvE zone, the other one's in a PvP zone. So I was trying to make sure I did the separate but equal for them rather than... Hey, thank you very much, Legion of Myth. Thank you very much, Cabalus, thank you for the follow. Dark Blue Money, thank you for the bits, and Pawn Aperon, thank you. And this one is I wonder if I'm on a different version. I know there's some people in the scene. But this one has nearly identical content to the other one. The other one's just PvP, and it's going to have a few extra chests in there. That basically after each wave, you'll get a chest. You'll have a small break in a chest between it. You can go and find it. But again, you won't be able to necessarily find it. You'll have to wander out and say, what? Lord British. I actually have called out that this is a very Lord Britishy style, old school. This is in Tartarus, which is kind of my experimenting map. That you may have seen this part of Tartarus, or you may have seen this part of Tartarus. It's the crazy maze. But down here is where that leads into for the third level. It's a very large room, poorly lit, but lit well enough so you can see stuff. And you can see down there, there's actually creatures wandering around in the maze. This is my attempt to be very old school. And there's also, if I turn off my night vision, you guys need to get Lord British to come down and check out, like take them and drag them around. If you look, you can see I actually color-coded them, well, light-coded them. The guys over here that is not lit up is the medium or low tier. These guys that are lit up are the very high tier guys. So you can actually, if you're down in the maze, you can actually see it. But you can see them coming. Again, whether it really plays out to be fun or not, I don't know. But again, I thought it was fun to have. And I designed the maze to be just this friendly for, like, you can jump. Am I the only one that does that, where you actually lift your head up as if that's going to make any improvement? Like you can look over things better if you have your head? Like in real life? I think we all do that, right? Hopefully we all do that. But anyways, cool little maze. There's another maze that's similar to this that is the PvP. All right, I got people following me on Twitter. Yeah, get on that Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Let's see. So there's a couple things I was going to talk about. Let me get into my document here. I mean, I've been talking about some of this stuff. But you guys have seen some of this, but I'm going to be sending out an email that kind of summarizes some of the general high-level direction stuff that we're going to be changing, that we have changed. Some of it's stuff you know about, that we've got a dedicated customer support team member who actually has had the flu. They live in my neighborhood, and they have the flu, and their kids know my kid. They've got a couple of, they've got a 7-year-old who's friends with my kiddo. But they have the flu, so they haven't actually been able to do anything yet. But I have looked into the customer support ticket system, and I've got a replacement because we've been using Desk up until now, and not everybody likes it. All right, everybody actually doesn't like it. And the good news is we have to switch away from the system we don't necessarily like, because Desk is going away, desk.com. So there's I'll either be going with, Wix. I know Wix is not a popular thing, but simple website builder, but they also have a really good system that's one of the top ranked CS ticket tools. And I thought also with that would be, it's kind of an all-in-one package where it just comes free and it's pretty cheap for the website. And then it could also be used to build up stuff for players and tutorial videos and stuff like that. And then I can't remember the name of the other one. But anyways, they're going to be starting on that. Hopefully they're going to be well by Friday is what they were shooting for. Because they got sick and their kids got sick after they got sick with the flu. So... but anyway, so new customer support system, new customer support ticket system. That's exciting. Constant updates, interactions through Twitter, and this is me kind of going down the bullet points that I'm sending out to people of some changes. Constant updates and interaction through Twitter. That's, again, getting your bullet point items. More live streams, continuing to expand that. More live streamers. More interaction with other games and communities. That's still underway, and hopefully 2 of the people we're talking to about that are just about to make some big announcements. You can go, if you follow the other communities, I won't call them out, but you can go and look. They're just about to make some big announcements, though. Let's see. More player-created content. The NPC dialogue trees. We had our meeting yesterday to wrap up how it's being implemented for the target for the end of the year. For those who have not looked at it, I'm still trying to figure this anonymous cheerer thing out. Is that really the same person that's gifting stuff, or did they just name themselves anonymous cheerer? It's so confusing. Bayard, yes, the Staff of Anarchy needs some love. I'll get that on my short list too. Hold on. All right, back on target here. But you guys know about the dialogue system that we're going to be using. It's going to be using Inkly. It's going to be, you'll be able to upload stuff. It'll work in a system. If you go to Inkly, when you're done building your dialogue in the Inkly tool, then you can export that to JSON is one of the things. And there's you'll be able to export to JSON. Then there's kind of, we'll probably have you upload it as that format. Then we have a checker on our side that'll have to go through it. But that'll be part of the system. It'll be similar to how you do books, where you publish a book. You have like the area where you can put the book in there, but you'll have to, like, you'll load it. It'll load in the JSON. It'll do a publish, and when it does the publish, it'll verify that it's valid syntax for you and that you didn't break anything. We talked about some of the initial things that came up with the Inkly stuff, and like the first items are going to be going in after the initial stuff is going. Oh, thank you very much, Catherine Rose. Thank you. Always nice to see you. And I will be doing that thing for you that I said. I'll do that right after I log off today. Oh, and I'm 2 past. I haven't drawn a single one yet. You guys should be bidding me to tell me that. Catherine Rose has now reminded me with her generous gifts as always. But I'll be doing the thing for you, Catherine Rose, and I'll get back to the other stuff. Let me get caught up on giveaways. So let me do the giveaway, and then I'll get back to exactly where I was, because I'm following a script. Not really, but I'm going down bullet points. Okay, you guys ready? In Strider Green, I just sent you a prize from the Friday thing that I didn't send out until just a few minutes ago. Here we go. You ready? I'm going to pick 2 winners here. Legion of Myth. Yes. Awesome. Let's see who the second one is. Let's see. Who else rated me? Was that Torque who rated me? I guess Torque gets this one, right? XXX Archangel XXX. Archangel, I need to know who you are. If you're Archangel, I'll try that. You are here. I see you, Archangel. Who are you in game? I'll get that out to you. One moment. Is your name in game one moment? If you don't have a character yet, because you're just hanging around the stream, you can name somebody else. I'll give it to them. Oh, you're working too. Okay, well, get it to me here over the next bit. I'm going to redo the entries in another 15 minutes, and I'll do another drawing on that. I'll keep getting messages from you in this special window I have set up. But we are start opening the drawing again. You guys can raffle up. I did not reset the drawing because we're going to give away the same thing 2 more times, and then for the last 2, I'll give away bigger prizes. Oh, and I haven't got my specials up. I'm doing horrible at this. Man, I haven't got any specials. So one thing I was going to talk about, I'll get back to the Inkly stuff here in a minute. I know I'm all over the place. And I don't know what my last specials were. I'll probably just be lazy and do those again just because you guys seem to like it when I have the easy stuff. 2,000 bonus crowns, 100 crowns, 6-pack of Day of the Dead mask. Yep, that's pretty lazy. Ain't a lot upgrade earns 33% bonus credits towards house upgrade. I'll add into that. I'll do one extra thing just because I had somebody requesting it. Let's see. There we go. So if you do a pot upgrade, as in you upgrade your pot, you can do that with crowns just by sending them to me. I just had somebody remind me that they could do that. I want to make sure they could still do that. Yes, you can still do that, and I'll even throw in a special. But yes, I'm doing horrible at the the giveaway stuff or the special stuff here lately. Something I was going to talk about here, because I know there's at least one person out there who this impacts, who's in the stream right now, is we're going to be, one of the things that's on my bullet point list is we're trying to move away from the perception, at least, that we're all about big money, whatever, and what you have to spend a lot of money to play our game, when that's absolutely not the truth. And the vast majority of the people spend nothing, or they spend $2 to get a universal orb, which I'm also going to kill, by the way. But trying to get away from those. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is closing out the Lord of the Isle stuff by the end of the year. Talking to people who, in closing them out, as in we'll either sell them, or we'll end them by the end of the year. But talking to some people at the SodaCon, not Syndicon, SodaCon, one of the things they had was they said that they actually feel that it's not a good value, just because there's some other castle deeds on the thing, taxed castle deeds or whatever, not that expensive. They just didn't feel as a good value. So we've got a couple things we're going to be adding in. So one of the things we're going to be adding in is we're going to add in to the bundle that you'll get 5 teleporters of your type, 5 pot-sized teleporters of any type you want. Just let me know which ones you want. And then the other one is, and this is the one that'll get some people excited, is you will get a pot upgrade that'll come with it free. So if you buy a Lord of the Isle, you can choose any pot you want to and upgrade the size for free. So if, I know there's probably a large overlap in the people who run their own pot and also are interested in Lord of the Isle. So it'll be a free upgrade. So depending on where you are in the size on those things, that can be, all by itself, can be a pretty big value. But I'll get something official out there soon. I think there's going to be like 3 left, maybe. But we're going to try to close out that first round, and then I'm going to try to get those guys off there so we can actually plan a dinner and plan some events and stuff with it. But again, working on closing those things out. Hey, Anonymous Cheer, is it actually 420? No, it's 206. Thank you very much, though, Anonymous Cheer. This 42 and 420 and all the other stuff, you guys are confusing me. And Pipester, thank you very much. And Snugsy One, man, you guys, what's up today? You guys are awesome. Let's see. How about the subscriber rewards get better? So that's one that's come up multiple times, and we do want to get that in there. I think there's a little bit of confusion or a little bit of challenge on trying to understand whether it would be better to have it so, if you get out, you can get back in easily, not feel like you're starting over from scratch. So we won't be doing that. We won't be doing the if you ever stop, you're out and you got to start over again thing. But we do want to have one that is, as you've been in you've been in the system, you've been a rewards program member longer, the rewards get better. And that's one that we do not have a plan worked out for yet, but we absolutely want to do, and I want to get that on the short list of stuff to do. It's one that just in how it sends out rewards, it's more difficult than you would think. But I think I've got a plan that I can get with Taz, and we can come up with a solution so you guys get the good stuff. You get the better version of it, so we can have a different one that's per month, so we can have like a 1 bundle, a 2 bundle, a 3 bundle, a 4 bundle, a 5 bundle, and each bundle gets a little bit bigger. Plus in-bank slots each month, where N is the number of months you've subscribed. That'd be cool. All right, let me get back to the other thing here, because I only got 7 minutes until into the next part, and I do want to get to some of your questions, but I did want to go over this thing I'm going over here is an email that's going to be sent out, and I'm just hitting the high points on it. But it's basically going to be, welcome to the future of Shroud of the Avatar type nonsense. It's mainly aimed at a recapture email. Most of you guys are probably already captured, whatever that means. This one's a recapture email. But let's see. So we're going to talk about some of the Inkly stuff that's going in there. We're going to, in the thing, and again, you guys can go play with Inkly now. Just go search for Inkly Dialogue or something like that. and it'll come up. You can write your dialogue trees. We're going to have, in our first version, hoping to get it out by the end of the year. We'll have something going by the end of the year, or else. But we'll have the dialogue tree in there. We'll have you can submit it, you can resubmit it, like updates and stuff like that. It'll have the checking for it when you put it in there, so other people see it. Other people will be able to see this dialogue. This isn't just like a single player offline or something like that. This will be anybody can do it. It'll work with a system similar to books where you have to submit or publish your dude's dialogue. The first thing will be adding in emotes, so you'll be able to, there'll be some tags that you can put in so guys can play emotes on the dude. And oh crap, I can't remember all the other stuff, and I have a million things to talk about, so I'm going to keep going. But the GM power stuff, I'm hoping to get that live in some limited form this release, and I'll hand out some coupons, potions, scrolls, whatever I end up using to authenticate it to some people to try out for next release. For those who haven't heard me talk about this is, we're trying to bring more player interaction into things, and one of the things that's been requested is GM events. You guys, of course, say, well, you guys should run GM events or whatever, and like, how about if we make it so you can run GM events? So anyways, that's what we're going to be doing, is I'm going to be able to give you guys GM powers. It'll require me flagging your account for one thing. So that goes on the server side of things. Who's the anonymous cheerer? Well, thank you, anonymous cheerer, whoever you are. But so I'll have to flag your account. This is, again, I refer to this as the two-factor authentication to do the GM stuff. So one is I have to flag your account. I'm not just going to flag anybody who says, hey, flag my account or whatever. I've got to go and flag your account in advance. Thank you very much, Snugsy1. I know who you are. But then once your account is flagged, that still you will not have GM powers. Then I have to give you a special item that'll be a consumable. So you can use it, because I don't want to have to be on all the time to say, tag you and say, okay, now you're a GM, and then turn it off at the end. So instead, I'm going to give you guys probably potions. It'll be potion of GM power. Now, again, this is just the second part of the two-factor authentication. I have to flag the account, and you have to drink the potion. And then the potion will put a special thing on you that'll last probably 4 hours, that you'll have GM powers while you do that. And that'll give you the ability to do some GM ghost stuff. You'll be able to summon players. You'll be able to teleport to players. Or teleport to zones. You will be able to summon creatures. They will not have loot. They will not give experience. Don't think you're going to go power level your friends or anything. And you will be able to... I'm probably not going to give out the ability. I may do the time scale, so you can do the set time scale, so you can do the slow-mo thing or the fast motion thing. You'll probably be able to also do stat buffs. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to limit what stat buffs you can do. But anyways, you'll be able to do a pretty decent little GM event with what I give you guys. And we'll continue to expand that if it's successful. Again, I know there's people who want to do it. There's people who run their own events, but they kind of have to do it in kind of a lame way right now. So very excited to get that out to you guys. Let's see, what other stuff do I have in my comeback and play in the future of Shroud type stuff email? Focus on quality of life. So heavier focus on reducing overall bug count, removing or reworking systems that sacrifice fun in favor of immersion. Increased performance. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, and this is primarily for people who turn on the static, the load time baking. Pretty good performance boost on the metrics. It is roughly 10% performance boost across the board. And also I'm hearing less hitching as well. Let's see. Another thing that we're doing that I'm going to be telling people about is we're pushing real money transactions out of the forums. And trying to, again, make the focus less on money stuff. And continuing to reduce store item stuff and moving more things to no trade over time. So Anyways, that's kind of what goes in the email. There's a lot more stuff in there. I make it all sound sexy and stuff. But let me get to your questions. And actually, let me go ahead and do the next giveaway, and then I'll get to your questions. Gabby Johnson. Okay, let me go give away these first couple prizes before I forget. All right, let me pick the next winner. Grumpy Crabnivere. I still have not sent you your map, Grumpy. I'm sorry. It's my bad. At least I know what it is now. Anonymous cheer. I mean, thank you, Anonymous cheer. I'm just gonna make me a GM item that makes me do all the stuff I normally do. Hey, Lord Bridge rules. 1? Really? 1? All right, 100. There we go. Gabby Johnson. Coming up, Gabby. Hey, thank you very much. Shiv got 110, 100. Let's see. So we got Gratz there. And send one to Gurion. Whoops. Gratz. All right, now I'm drawing the next one. You guys ready? Here we go. Pick winner. Whoops, I picked a couple. Sorry. I'll go ahead and do both of those guys. Jamie Jen and Tina O'Near. Oh, hey, that's you. You're not Tina O'Near in game. Ava Thorne, that's right. Ava Thorne. Do. What? I just tried that and it didn't work. Oh, I see. There's 2 eyes. Okay, now you got it. Okay, good. All caught up now. I can get back to my game of standing staring at the wall. And let's see, allowing entries again. And I'm not going to wipe. So I'll do another one at 2:30, and then at 2:45 I'll give out something a little bigger. And then at 3 I'll give something extra big before I go to pick up Maxine. Let's see. Let me get to some question stuff. Again, I talked about the Lord of the Isle stuff, and we're sexing that up. Again, a full pot upgrade. Also, if you're at a municipality already, like the big one, there's actually a size above that I can bump. Actually, there's 2 sizes above that I can bump you to that we just haven't used, which is if you really need more square footage. As performance gets better, less afraid to bump them out there. But I think it's called a megalopolis. And then, of course, the most awesome size is the Devopolis. But anyway, so if you buy one and you're in a town that's already a megalopolis, or you want to make your friend's town go from a municipality to a megalopolis, we'll do that. But that'll be part of the bonus for the Lord of the Isle stuff. Can you get a Devopolis? If you get 2, I'll bump it up to a Dev. Let me go look and see what the sizes were on those things. I pulled them up here recently. How big is a Devopolis? Ah, there we go. So let's see. Holdfast is 12,600. Hamlet about 20. Village about 25. Crossroads about 34. Town 50. City 67. Metropolis 83. Municipality about a little over 100. Megalopolis a little over 120. And then Devopolis is 166,800. I think that's actually just a silly one that we just, anytime we need to put down another house in our dev city, we just bump up that number. But I think it's kind of one of those things where we're running low on square footage, but. So anyways, also if you know someone who has a Lord of the Isle pledge already, there's about maybe, I forget whether there's 4 or 5 out there, but there's 4 or 5 out there. But if you know someone who has one of those already, you should start sucking up to them immediately to see if they'll upgrade your town if you're in a town. Pro tip. Also, another thing that we just discussed this morning is we were cursing our build machine at the data center and how long it takes to do builds is if we, the next time we get somebody did a thing with like a bunch of bits. I'm trying to see who did the bit thing. Can't even see who it is. Wait, Anonymous Cheer did 10,000? Thank you, Anonymous Cheer. The mystery grows. I would say it was Richard, but I don't think he is tech, or at least Twitter savvy enough to do the 2 accounts or two Twitch accounts at the same time thing. So, now I'm getting really confused. But thank you, Anonymous Cheer. Oh, that's interesting. That also doesn't show up on the list up there. I was thinking I could figure out who it is through that. Oh, so that could be Lord British. He just doesn't want to push people off the list. All right. Well, I'll hope for that. And thank you, probably LB. Sorry, I hadn't seen that show up before. So, thank you, Devil Cult. Oh, wait, Devil Cult won. Not anymore. Let's see. What was I gonna go over? Oh, I was gonna start hitting the questions. Let me do some questions here. I got like 35 minutes before I have to go get Maxine. Also, just a reminder for those. Oh, crud. Here we go. Perfect. For those who hadn't looked at the calendar to see where things fall, there's this very rude holiday later this month called Thanksgiving that falls on a Thursday. How rude. So this release is actually a 3-week release because the 28th would be Thanksgiving, so we can't do it on the 28th of this month, so we're doing it on the 23rd. So that means it is 2 weeks and a day from today is when the release falls. So all these cool things I'm talking about that I'm trying to get done for this release, that means this release. That means like 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks and a day. So do. Let's see. Christ Pallid, can you change it to !Q instead of !? I think I can. Wait, I wrote that script, so I'm pretty sure I can. Now I gotta figure out, let's see. Ooh, that'll probably confuse people here for a while if I just do the... Are you guys ready if I do !Q? Let me see if I can figure out how to do both. Let me add one. It's going to take a little time to do both of them. I don't have the command. It doesn't let me do multiple commands here. I can do the one command here. I'll have to do it. Hey, hey, I know who that one is. That's not an anonymous one. Thank you, Snugsy one. Does that mean is that your bribe to get me to make your taming art or armor? I'm going to say that that's probably a bribe. All right. I'll work on it. I know you said you only need 2 more pieces. I'll work on that for the next release. Yes, and it is evil making people look at code that I wrote long ago it's kind of obtuse code anyways. Make the armor. All right, thank you, Snugs. I will definitely try and get at least one new artifact, one new taming thing in for you this release. Some new improvement. You heard it on the air. Let's see. So I'm not going to change the exclamation mark Q for the next stream. I'll try to get in there and change it so I can have it as exclamation mark Q or exclamation mark question. So you can do either one of them. Let's see. Why can't the taming necklace be enchanted or masterworked? That is one that we have talked about a number of times, and it was just kind of, again, we're trying to make sure there's always some choice you're making on those things that you're trying to, to have the pet. That's one of the things you have to give up. But again, we already know there's a lot of stuff you have to give up to have the pet. I'm not sure why we don't have the taming necklace. I think it's also kind of because we saw the taming necklace is more of a temporary type item rather than like a permanent item, like a piece of armor. Probably should be reevaluated again. I know Tamers, that's another one that Tamers would really love because they basically lose a whole slot of gear and buffs and stuff. All right, hold on. Let me put it on my list to talk to Beezus about. That's one that I wouldn't do unless Beezus signs on to. Taming necklace bonus or enchant. Talk to B. Let's see, Apple Rust. So when do we get a bone chandelier? Ooh, good idea. Kind of like the antler chandelier, but with the... Oh, no, that's right. There's a bone chandelier that we have as a deco in some scene that's like an NPC scene. I do not know. I vaguely remember that coming up. Let's see. See, the thing we really need to get is we need to get something where it requires a developer's skull or developer's bones to make something. Aaron Pope, will players be allowed to create dungeons for other? Yes, and that's one I'm trying to remember. There's not a great reason why we don't have that already. Just like basically doing the dungeon stuff is no different than putting a deco down like in a basement. So if you can give somebody else the permissions to decorate in your basement, you should be able to give them permissions to decorate in the dungeon. I think that was one of those things that Burning Toad turned it that way and set it that way. I'm trying to remember. I think it was because, and this is only for the expansion part of it, but I think that was to avoid some bugs because you could do stuff like someone's going down the hallway and then you pick up the stuff behind them and trap them in there. But there's so many things you can do like that anyways. You can like slew out of your dungeon right now if you want to, and I guess you can't fall. Only devs can fall. You know what? I'll get that. I'm going to change that and make that happen because that's one of those things too that if you're in deco mode and you're building a dungeon, it's already, there's already some goofy junk you can do, so. Hey, Cypher One Black, how are the pets? How are the animals I gave you? I see you in there raffling. I gave Cypher Black some deco stuff. Is there a crown giveaway? What? What kind of stream do you think I'm running here? I give away prizes, not crowns. I probably should give away crowns. You know what? For the next next giveaway thing here, I'll give away 2,000 crowns. How about that? Not the very next one. The one I need to do right now is for another empty lot, but I'll do one for that after that. Let me get the deco for dungeons on there. Deco dungeon, no, dungeon building for others. Because yeah, again, that I'm almost certain that was only turned that way because there's some weird cases you could get into. I know one of them was that they found that they didn't find a good fix for was going and decoing together, and you both put down pieces at the same time, and you get two of the same, like get two different pieces in the exact same spot at the same time. So the server, we'd have to set up like basically a server lock on that. The server knows when you're putting pieces down, but it wasn't validating the connection stuff, and we'd have to have like a ton of extra validation to make that so you couldn't get into that bad state. So there'll be some of those places where you can get into that bad state. But again, as I see like Alphane and the crazy stuff he does with blocks and all the other different deco stuff, there's already some little glitches out there, and I don't think there's any advantageous stuff you could do with it, so I'm fine with turning that on. Lord British, is there a min level to beta test? Yes, 5. That is the level you start at. You guys are all beta testing the game every day when you play. Pretty much. You guys know that. Lady Killer, you guys are aware that gold and silver items aren't really that prevalent, so scraps coming from them is kind of meh. Yes, Zol was picking my head about that yesterday. That is not one that's a me thing, but I did put that down as a note for him. Please, as a gamer having absolutely no difference between charged skilled and uncharged skill, fix it. I'm going to look at my bugs on me. Is there one I don't know about that there's a charge skill, no charge skill, or is that talking about one specific one? I know that Monty, the DJ has mentioned this before. I thought it was just for a specific skill. Hold on. Taunt chargeable is one. I know that I've got that one. Eric rules they should just... I actually do have a change locally that I'll get in for a build coming up. That is... the metal slimes drop precious metals. Yes, the patch will go live. This is actually... you'll see... it'll be fun when you update the next patch number. The current one's 1068. The next one is 1072. So you'll have like 3 little patches along the way. They should be small. They're like 50, 100 megs. But we've failed a few builds because we're that awesome. But anyway, so that is... it looks like there's 30 minutes left on the first part of it. Then there's an hour and 30 minutes. So 2 hours until I can start uploading. And then the uploading should take about an hour. So probably shoot for around 6 o'clock today. Let's see. Reading. Oh, it looks like Travis is either just finished up or is about to finish up the Artifice Library Room. That's the part of the thing we're giving you guys for the book. We're giving you guys a library if you were supposed to get a book and you didn't get a book. Oh, Ragnar Lodbrok, my Viking friend. Yes, 3.5 hours from now, Elwin. Ragnar Lodbrok. since you just gave me some bits and you probably want some attention there, so I see your thing. Will you be giving governors a heads up of when the movements would be taking place for those moving towns to the new land? So yes, so that's one. If you are in a town that is moving to episode 2 and you do not have episode 2 yet, you will still be able to access your town. You will be able to access that entire continent. You will not be able to zone into any of the new scenes is the most likely situation. So you'll be able to see over there, you'll be able to move around, you'll be able to go to the other pots on that continent. But that is the current thing we're leaning towards. So you would be moved, but you would still be able to access it, so you won't lose any of the people who are there. All governors were, let's see. Engineer Dream, I don't know how that works. Oh, but as for giving you notice, so I'm going to have to get with Star to find out the exact order, but there's going to be an order of people who get to pick and where they get to pick as soon as the continent is done. We'll have that live. Again, we're hoping to have that live and to you guys by the end of the year, so you guys can start browsing and figuring out where you guys want to go and go start putting down your flags. The actual movement may start over the Christmas break. We will see. The town movement, it's not going to evict everybody. It will just, basically, you'll wake up one morning and walk outside your door and you'll be somewhere in episode 2 rather than somewhere in episode 1. Is how that'll work. Now, telling the other players again, telling the people in your town, we kind of leave that up to you guys. You can set message of the day and all that type of stuff. But it's not going to be like one day, snap your fingers and you get into game and 20 towns have moved over all of a sudden. It's going to be because we want to make sure people get to pick an order. It'll probably be each patch we do. A town or 2 gets moved over. So it'll probably take a couple weeks. But Star and Travis and Sanyo and I will sit down and figure out the exact plan on that. But it's not going to be an instantaneous. Oh yeah, I was doing a special for those who want to do it. For those who haven't seen this before, if you buy $100 crown bundle today, I'll send you, just message me in-game, send me the in-game mail. I think I had 14 messages waiting, but only a couple were probably for that because I thought I got to all of them last time. But let's see. The lot upgrade, that is if you do the in-game lot upgrade where you pay crowns in-game to increase a lot size. I'll give you a third of whatever you spend on that to upgrade or buy a totally new house. Because if you're going from a village to a town or something like that and you want to get a town and there's a cool town one you have, then many times you can just, for that extra 33%, you can get the cool one you want. If it's a house that is more than that, you can just pay me the difference and count that towards it. And then pot upgrade. Many people didn't know you could do pot upgrades in game. I said that was totally fine, and I'm okay with doing that. But just pay in game, and basically, if it's however many dollars, 100 times that crowns to do it, which is actually a little bit of a discount. And then I'll give you some credit towards a lot. So if you want to, you can, buy like a new city lot, upgrade the size, and then buy a new city lot that you can use as the just for fun deco massive chess sets or obstacle course or whatever thing you want to do, city gardens, those type of things. So anyways, there's the specials. Let me get back. I didn't do the last drawing. I didn't do the 230 drawing. Let me do the 230 drawing, then I'll set up the next drawing immediately. Where'd the thing go? There we go. Giveaways. Okay, here we go. Picking a winner. Raven's Lair. You are the winner. All right, and since it's been a while, I'm actually going to reset the thing. Who are you, Raven's Lair? And I'm going to put up 2,000 crowns in-game. And I'm going to do this one in about 10 minutes. Raven's Lair. Who are you, Raven's Lair? I'm never going to see it in all the raffling. All right, so next up is 2,000 crowns. And then I'll do some nice thing for the end. All right, let me get back to a few more questions here. Raven's Lair in-game name is actually Raffle. That would be that would be good. That'd be a good name to have in-game. Let's see, I'm reading. So Ravlox is giving me some feedback on player dungeon editing. Apparently Ravlox watches my stream. Yeah, all right. Sounds like they've talked about it. He's got some feedback on it. Let's see. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was doing the reading some more questions here. When placing deco in my dungeon, is there a way you can add the deco graph that shows when placing a deco in a house? Yeah, I'm not sure why we don't do that. We've already got the UI for it there. It may need a little tweaking, but yeah, it should have that. Let's see. That's also the type of thing like that I'll be exposing just because, you know, going and adding, updating a UI and doing the logic behind the UI and putting all that stuff in there. You know, that may take me 2 to 4 hours to do something like that, to update that, to put that, get that graph working and updated for you guys. The time for me to go in and add a hook in Lua to expose those metrics to you, those numbers to you, is like minutes. That's one of the reasons why I'm excited about Lua. There's a lot of this stuff that, like, you know, one guy kind of wants it, but it's not, you know, it's not worth a half day and bugs to deal with to get it in there. But exposing it to Lua, really, you just want the number. But yeah, that one seems like one that's doable. Let's see. How about free monthly rewards for all those that stream Soda 10 hours per week as an incentive? That's from a question from Liberty Lover. So I'm turning over the streamer reward stuff to a couple of people, and I think people already knew this, but Ravlox and Justin with a Y are going to be managing most of the streamer stuff and handling giving out the prizes. I'm basically going to be giving them a big budget of crowns, and they're going to figure out how to give it out to you guys. I totally trust those two people and have known them for a long time, in-game and out-of-game, and know that they're absolute mature adults. And also that your sucking up to them will do nothing. But anyway, so they'll be taking over that stuff, and that is primarily because I just don't have time, and it's one of those things that really is gameable. If I do the 10 hours per week as a reward, well, there's probably, you know, I know there's a few people out there who stream, you know, 50 hours a week, but they actually aren't doing anything during the stream. It's just really tough to manage and see. Some of the things, I've mentioned this before, but some of the things I've looked at, let me go check I've got a metrics page I use. Not one that I've done. Let me throw... Hold on, I gotta make sure my background's clear there before I get this on there. Here's one of the things I was looking at. Let's see. Transform, stretch to screen. There we go. Well, that's no good. That's awfully weird. Hold on, let me reset and then transform stretch. There we go. So this is one of the things I looked at, and I've pointed this out to Ravlox. He knows about this. Let me make sure I got him the link in case I hadn't sent it to him recently. But this is one of the things I looked at that I've asked them to at least pay attention to in terms of followers. But one of the things that is important is not just the watch time. Obviously, Legion of Myth and Fizzle are absolutely kick ass and do amazing stuff and share so much constructive information, answer so many questions. And no question about guys like that and iWacko and Famines and Alphane and some of these other guys. And Alphane, like, for him to get that many viewers based on his time zone is crazy. But looking at some other stuff, like how many viewers they've gained, because that's one of those things that it's tougher to game. It's easy to game the hours, in stream time. There's even some stuff where you can game the system for how many viewers you have. But having people who consistently gain followers is one of those things that it's like a really good sign. You can kind of see like new people like Lady Van Helsing's. She gained 40 followers. She's a new person, so obviously she's doing some good stuff. She's down the list a ways, but she's an up-and-comer and obviously doing some good streaming stuff and getting more and more eyes on her stream. So, but it's that type of thing, looking at those, making sure that they pay attention to that and they don't just look at like watch time hours, because that can be gamed. And I know that's one of the reasons why I was planning on doing this originally, but I stopped just basing it off this and killed that idea, because it really takes more thinking about it. Because there's a number of places where you can go and like get 20 people watching your stream for free, basically. So anyways, they will be taking over that. They will have a very good budget. I'm trying to remember, like $1,500 or $2,000 worth of crowns or something crazy like that. I forget what we finally decided on. They'll be able to reward you guys pretty good, give you at least as many crowns as you're getting now. All right, let's see. Let me get back to a few more questions. Oh, and did I do the last one? No, I need to do the crown giveaway. Let me do the crown giveaway. Where's that thing? Okay, 2,000 crowns in game. Let me do that one, then I'm going to put up a really cool prize for the last one. I'll answer a few more questions, and then I'm going to have to call it a day. Go take care of, pick up the little one at the bus stop. Yeah, so make sure you're in for the 2,000 crowns. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Oh, there's Ravlox. Yeah, Ravlox and Justin will take care of you. And again, those are two people I've known for 5 years, both in person through the game. And it's not like I knew them before the game or anything like that. But zero concerns turning it all over to those guys. Let's see. Let's do the raffle, and then I got to spend a few minutes figuring out what the next raffle is going to be. But this one is going to Engineer Dream. Rigged. Seriously, I tell you guys, it's good karma. Congrats, Engineer. Let's see, crown. All right, let's see. Now I got to put up, let me do I'm just going to allow entries here. So ignore the 2,000 crowns thing. I'm not allowing entries now. Yeah, ignore that. It's not going to be 2,000 crowns. I'll pick something cooler. That's just so if you did the raffle already, you don't have to do it again. But feel free to spam up the channel with a bunch of raffles. Let's see. How about thank you, Dart and Obscuro. Thank you. Let's see. How about if we do a hold on, I'm still looking here. Oh, Wizard Smoke said he's gonna redo some of this stuff to like get the number of things and featured, like try to reorganize some of these categories. Just because like we have featured and there's 123 featured things. What, doesn't make it seem very exclusive and makes it impossible to actually find the stuff you actually want. Let's see. Oh, this is one I don't know if I've mentioned on stream before. Hey, thank you very much, Ragnar, again. Thank you for the 100 bits, kind sir. Oh, there's a couple things. One is currently the teleporter to Arteris. This lovely teleporter here. If you try and use it, it'll warn you about going to a PvP thing, which you may think is a bug. They're like, oh, why'd they put that warning on it? I'm going to Arteris anyways. That's actually there because it takes you currently to the center of the rise, or the fall, pardon me, the PvP dungeon, the fall, and drops you in to die. You were asking what level you had to be to play on the QA server? You're it. So anyways, that's in the next patch. But yes, I guess all the people, I'm sure Antrax has bought like 5 of these and scattered them around towns throughout Britannia, trying to get people to go to the fall. Probably put like a sign up saying free cookies in Arteris, something like that. What do you think? But let me give out for the special prize here. I'll do a teleport to the Lost Vale and make it so it's tradable, so you can put it on a pot that you're in. And how about a teleporter to Tartarus? I'll do one of each, and I'll do 2 drawings for this last one. So I'll pull 2 names at the end in about 10 minutes and give you each one of the teleporters. Oh, the Lost Vale one. I meant to say something on that. So that is one that had me, when I saw it, I was like, what the hell? Why is this so small? Can I place it indoors? Good if I can place it indoors. Yeah, right there. I was like, this is entirely too small. This thing should be bigger. More awesome. But that got me discussing with people like what could be the fix. If I make it big right now, some people like it the size it is, and I'm taking that away from them, so I don't want to do that. I even discussed like, well, I could make a recipe where you like do some cheesy thing like throw it up on a table with a stone chisel and it makes it into a big version of it. Or I can go and add variable scaling for items. So right now they're all capped at either they don't scale at all or they scale plus minus 20%. There's not any reason why I can't change that to make it so all the ones that are currently there all default to that, what it was before, but then also add it so it's actually a number so I can change it. So I could set this so you can scale it instead of 20%, you could scale it 100% up. So anyways, that's on my short list. I might get to that for R72, but if I do, I'll be able to go back and change some things so that you can, we can have some items where you can scale them up, because there are some things where it makes sense. Like those things are one that it makes sense. It would be great if you could scale these up more, and then there's some of the other ones like for the teleporters where it'd be great if I could scale them down more, because they're big and they take up half my lot, because I know some people are placing those on lots. So anyway, so you can look forward to that coming. That's on my R72 list. Again, I got a lot of stuff on my R72 list, and it's only 3 weeks long. And we're a week into it already, but cranking through it, hoping to get it all done. Let me answer a few more questions, and then I'll do 2 giveaways on those things. Griffler, is the ability to search out items still in development? Yes, that is still in development. Again, that's one that we have exposed to devs right now. So that may be one. Again, it's another one of those things that the challenge for that is more the UI than anything else. So that could be another one that I find a way to expose to you guys quickly through Lua. The hardcore people can have it immediately, and they can add a script for it. I know there's guys out there like that. What's that guy's name? Himswy? Is it Himswy? Hey, thank you very much, Snugsy1. Oh, and you even did the Terminator. I hear Terminator lost money. I heard it wasn't doing well at the box office. That's really sad. And yes, I'm just trolling him on his name. But anyways, but he does, like, he's got his little external tool that he does, but I'm sure he's going to be doing a ton of scripts. I'm sure a bunch of other people will be doing a ton of helper scripts. And Dark Fate was awful. Well, I'm not going to say that because they're giving me bits. So Dark Fate is awesome. I'm not going to see it. I'll wait until video if that. But yes, the ability to search items exist, and we just need to get a UI wrapped around it. And again, that's another one of those I could quickly expose through Lua. Will pugilism ever get some love? Clearly, you have not tried the new bandit armor, because if you had the new bandit armor, I think I put more pugilism stuff on there. Trying to remember. I think the gloves, maybe the gloves and boots give you pugilism. Yeah, there's pugilism on those things there. So clearly you have not tried the new bandit armor. So pugilism is one of those things, it's kind of was almost a joke, but you can, it's, again, in past games, I know like in, I'm not sure if Lord British is still out there. He may be, because there's an anonymous cheer, or that may be somebody else. But that's one of the things that evolved in Tabula Rasa, was they would have fight nights where they would just get together and players would get together and they'd do boxing matches. Fight night, because it's one of those things, you know, even the simplest stuff, strategies evolve that you just don't even think about. That's one of those amazing things. I remember the rock, paper, scissors AI contest. Not sure if you've seen those, but it's basically you program a computer to try to win rock, paper, scissors against another computer. Seems super simple, but it actually, when you start getting down into the real depths of it, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind it. Same thing's true with like this type of boxing, where it's a simple thing of just two guys getting in the ring together and boxing. You find the challenges in there, and some people always find ways to win. But anyways, it's kind of meant as a semi-joke or just a do it for fun so people can have boxing tournaments. But you can actually do some damage. I know there's some people out there who are I fully expect to see, what was that? I'm trying to remember the Skyrim guy, like Somebody the Fister, which is a horrible name, I know. But he played through the whole game using just his bare fist. Yeah, I know, the name is bad. Somebody can link that video. Well, you won't be able to, but maybe somebody will find that video and link it. But there's a guy who played through all of Skyrim with just punching. Yeah, and they did it with a really crazy Viking accent the whole time. But anyways, pugilism really needs a whole skill tree. The next class that will be D&D class that will be getting a skill tree will not be monks. The next one that will be getting a full skill tree, hopefully in Q1 of next year, is going to be Bard. We'll see how quick I can get to those guys, but there's going to be another skill tree that will pop up in the bottom strategy. This will go to 5 gems, 5 schools. So it'll be tactics, subterfuge, focus, taming, and I gotta come up with a name. I don't think I'm gonna call it Bard. It may be Bardic or something like that. But anyways, that is the type thing that if we do add a monk class, again, I played lots of games with monks, including EverQuest and just old school D&D monks and those type things. So absolutely appreciate it and want to get them in there. But it's got to be more than just pugilism. It's got to be other things so there can actually be some skill behind it. In fact, somebody named Mingo the Bard just announced on Universe, I'm going to learn to broadcast live so people can watch me draw water from wells. 40 hours of gameplay, people. 40 hours of gameplay. All right, 258. Let me get 1 or 2 more questions here. Let's see. Jenny Caesar, what does the weight of the weapon affect? It affects your encumbrance. And we do try to do, again, a little reality modeling and make sure that things that are heavy weapons have pretty good strength bonuses, so you get more damage if you have high strength, your SDD. Let's see, here's one that is actual will take me 20 minutes to talk about, but I'll try and wrap it up in 2, which is Antrax Artec. Do you think you're going to be able to fix the delay issues for bludgeon skills, increasing the range of these weapons, or making the knockdown effects be applied on target client? If it is true / applied on the client of the attacker, avoid the delay problems, yes. So there's, apparently this is something I didn't realize how bad it was, but I've made this the #1, and I mentioned this on Zol's stream yesterday. This is like the #1 bug I have on somebody on the team. That is with bludgeon, if you're not the master client, you're one of the secondary, you're someone who's on the, like, not the first guy in the scene, there's a bug that you don't always get your effects applied to other people. It affects everybody, it affects lots of stuff, but bludgeon is more, and it's more noticeable with bludgeon, especially like knockdown where people or creatures slide around. So this has to do, I'm pretty sure this has to do more with, we've got some stuff in there that we, basically I've talked through the whole logic. I try not to talk too much about things because I don't want people, reverse engineering, but you got the code and you can kind of see what's going on. Is there's some shared random number seeds that get passed around. We use a shared number seed so we can do logic on clients at the same time. Like we know what you're running the logic, it can be run elsewhere. But the one guy says, I think I stunned you. That goes through the server and down to the other client. The other guy has to say, yes, all good, you stunned me, and goes back. Now, if they agree, awesome, everything's perfect. If they disagree, that's when you start running into problems, because then we've got to go and settle out who the person's right. That sounds like one where it is a client, the clients disagree and the server is not properly handling it somehow. So that's one that, again, is not a trivial one, but we will be looking at it. As he mentioned, possibly the quickest thing is just to increase the range on them. That will alleviate some of the problems. And yeah, it's the delay that comes into effect. That's why, again, Antrax and Alphane are the 2 people who cry about this. Not crying as in like they're babies or something like that, but cry because it hits them the worst, because they have the worst lag of anybody, because they're overseas. Again, everything in combat feels, our design is everything in combat should feel instantaneous, and how it is, and it does. But yeah, there's obviously something going on, and I've made that a top priority. But yeah, the quickest thing may just be to increase the range on those things, so it at least decreases that chance. And I'll do that. I'll give all bludgeon type stuff at least another 1 meter range. Again, with the reality modeling, I think they're pretty short range weapons. I'll give them all at least 1 meter more range for this next release to see if that'll hold you guys over, because I'm not sure that One and Only is going to have a chance to get that much fixed on that, because that is a nasty one that's tough to repro. We do have built-in lag stuff where you can set basically your ping time and it'll simulate that, but still tedious and multi-client and yuck, yuck, yuck. But we're aware of it, far more aware of it now than I was a week ago, because I spent probably an hour talking to Alphane about it. Alright guys, let me wrap this up by giving away those 2 cool prizes. And then I am going to go pick up a baby. I'm going to go do a raid on somebody. I've already been told who I'm going to be raiding. Let's see. 2 prizes. Let me draw those real quick. And here we go. Closing the giveaway. Are you in? Are you in? Defected. Try to simulate an hour worth of looting at 700 ping. Alright, I think you guys are mostly all raffled up there. You guys are all raffled. Oh, there's one guy who didn't raffle until now. Okay, I'm going to call that, we're going to go ahead and pick some winners here. Waiting, 5, 4, 3. Oh, there's another person who hadn't entered yet. What are you guys doing? I've been on for like 2 hours. Okay, here we go. Picking a winner. I'm pretty sure you're in there, Daniel. You've been listening to me. Who's this Archangel guy? Speak up, Archangel. Who are you, Archangel? I think I was supposed to give you something earlier. Oh, he did? Oh, Gabby Johnson. That's right. I did send that out. Okay. Sorry. All right. Well, you are getting something else, Gabby Johnson, because we have never made the rule official that you can only win once. Let's see. And now for the second one. Did I not buy? Red Hammer one? What? Oh, they added an Archangel or added a question. Oh, that's what you guys are saying. See, I got another bit out of you guys. You get nothing, Gabby Johnson. Nothing. All right, Red Hammer. Why do I have teleported to Central Brittany and not Lost Vale? Let me get the one to Lost Vale. All right, Lost Vale. There we go. All right, Red Hammer. No tray. There you go. Grats. Please fix the deco he asked about. And I got to scroll back up and see what he asked about. Change the wings visual to a backpack or something. Ooh, which wings visual are you guys talking about? All right, Red Hammers. Sent. All the wings a bit ugly. Here we go. This is the second one. This will be for the... I'll do it to Tartarus. Remove no trade flag. You guys ready? Here goes. The second big winner for the Tartarus teleporter. Before I have to run to a baby. I missed it. Oh, Genie. HTG or Genie. President of the Earth. I think there was a bug with the improperly placed deco, and you'd have to like zone to get things back. That should be fixed in this patch coming up. Genie UK. That's what I thought. Genie UK. You get a teleporter to Tartarus. Grats. Whew. Alright guys, so I didn't stream Monday. I did do the 2-hour interview. I'll see. I may be streaming again tomorrow. You can keep your ears open for that stuff. Again, the specials, if I can get that thing to show up right there for you if you buy one of the big Crown bundles. Looks like at least a couple people have emailed me during the stream, so I'm guessing that's people who did. But still time to get a few more of those in there. Buy a few of those things. Let's see. I think that may be it. Trying to remember. Let's see. Patch goes out in about 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe. That's probably it. Guys, again, thank you so much today for your generosity on stream. I know who I'm rating because I was just told who I'm rating. Let's see. Hold on. There we go. All right. Let me get the raid going, then I'm going to go get a baby. Raid Kadirk do Cod Kurdu. There we go. I think that's right. Yes. Guys, again, thank you so much for all the support, all the help finding bugs in the game and fixing the bugs in the game, the great feedback, all the constructive stuff, and looking forward to release in less than 2 weeks. And I'm going to get back to working on Lua after I go pick up a baby. Let's go raid this person. My alarm just went off for Maxine. And guys, see you next time. Pew! Oh, that didn't do anything, did it? Raid now. That's the one I want. Pew!